Problem number one, all I wanted you to do was simplify these two radical terms. 6 times 4, multiply the numbers in the front, so 6 times 4 is 24. And radical 3 times radical 6 is radical 18. This breaks down further because 24 stays the same. Square root of 18, we're going to rewrite that with as the one perfect square and whatever else is left over. So that's 24 times 3 times square root of 2. And 24 times 3, let's see if I can do that in my head. 72, 72 radical 2. Here we go. All right, problem number two. Problem number two. We're gonna show you how to solve this problem super short. Super short. This is test-taking strategy. Okay, so here we go. We have choices A, B, C, and D. Choice C means there's no solution. All you have to do if you basically wanted to cheat on a problem like this is take the answers and plug them in. Okay, so let's check choice A, for instance. This one right here. The square root of 3 plus 1 equals 3 minus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. Square root of 2 equals 2. So choice A works. Choice A works, which means it can't be choice C and it can't be choice D. So all we have to do is check choice B, because choice B says that there are two answers. 0 works and 3 works. So let's check choice B. Does 0 work? We already know that 3 works. Let's check if 0 works. So we're going to plug 0 in just to make sure. 0 plus 1 equals 0 minus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And no, this doesn't work. Nope. So it's got to be choice A. So here we go. Here we go. Problem number 3. Once again, you're asked to simplify. You got to split this bad boy up. This is 4. Square root of 12. Well, that's just square root 4 times the square root of 3. 48. 48. Now, there's lots of different things that you could, yes, 16. 16 is great. 16 is actually the largest perfect square that goes into 48. 16 is the best choice. So let's keep going. That's 4 times 2 times radical 3 plus 3 times square root of 16 is 4 times radical 3. Here we go. We got 8 radical 3 plus 12 radical 3. And so if you have 8 radical 3's and then you add 12 more radical 3's, you know it, we got 20 radical 3. Okay, so problem number 3 again. We just showed the long way. Now we're going to teach you guys how to cheat with your calculator. Here's what you do. The top part is the question, and these 4 choices are the multiple choice answers that are presented to you. How do you solve a problem like this doing no work? Here's what you do. Take out your calculator. If I could get this to work. Take out your calculator and enter in the original question. 4 square root 12, close that parenthesis, super important, plus 3 square root 48. And then all you have to do is hit enter. You get a completely random answer, okay? Now watch this. This is ridiculous that you can actually do this and it works. Take the multiple choice answers and plug them in, okay? Let's see if the first one works. 5 second square root 48. Okay, the first one works. That doesn't mean that you choose it right away. I'll show you. All we are is going to help use our calculator to eliminate choices. So the first one works. Let's see about the second. 10 square root 12. Oh, the second one works. That's awfully strange, but don't worry. Don't worry. They did try and foolproof it, but we're going to get around that because we're too smart. Let's see if the third one works. Does the third one work? No. Nah. Cross this one out. Let's see if the fourth one works. 20 second square root 3. Does the fourth one work? Okay, the fourth one works. All right, so here are our choices. These are the 3 choices that worked. All you have to do is choose the simplest one. All you have to do is choose the one with the smallest number underneath the radical. And that's the answer, doing no work. Go back to recording. Yeah, problem number 4. Problem number 4 is all about distribution. All about distribution. 2 radical 3 times 3 radical 6 is what you do is you do 2 times 3 is 6. Radical 3 times radical 6, which is radical 18. In the second part, just distribute this bad boy back in. 2 radical 3 times negative 3 radical 3 is just negative 6 radical 9. And then all you got to do is simplify that, and we get, 6 radical 9 radical 2 minus 6 times 3. And we're good. That's how to do it. Recording. All right, problem number 5. Ooh, difficult looking problem, right? Difficult. Suggestions. What should we do? Yeah, we got to multiply by the conjugate. That's the deal whenever you see problems like this. Okay, let's put parentheses around everything to remind us that we have to FOIL, which is slightly annoying. But whatever. It really is. But it could be worse, right? Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be worse. So let's FOIL. Rad 3 times rad 3 is rad 9. Rad 3 times positive 1 is plus 1 rad 3. This fraction stuff, I know. Minus 1 radical 3. And then let's do minus 1 times positive 1 is just minus 1. Okay. We're going to do the top now. Radical 3 times radical 3 is radical 9. Radical 3 times 1 is plus 1 radical 3 plus 1 radical 3 plus 1. There we go. We are flying now. Now let's, instead of writing the problem over, which is also slightly annoying, let's try and use our clean work that we have and just simplify. The square root of 9 is 3. Let's make this also 3. Okay? These two over here are the opposites of one another. Plus 1 radical 3, minus 1 radical 3. These cancel away. Right? So in the bottom, we have 3 minus 1, and that's 2. And in the top, we have 4 plus 2 radical 3. Now, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Because, let me grab my highlighter. The 4, the 2, the 2, all of these have something in common, which is what? Yeah, they all got 2 in common. So let's take 2 out of them. 2 goes into itself once. It goes into 4 twice. It goes into itself once. So this could be reduced to being 2 plus 1 radical 3 over 1, which is the same thing as saying 2 plus 1 radical 3. And that should be your answer. Here we go. Okay, problem number 6. All we are is trying to simplify something like this. The first thing we have to do is break them all down and simplify them out. So 3, that's 3 times, yeah, square root 25 square root 2 plus 6 square root 4 square root 3 minus 2 square root 25 square root 3 plus 5 square root 4 square root 5. Let's record. Okay, so we're gonna simplify this out. This is 3 times 5 times radical 2 plus 6 times 2. Whoops. 6 times 2 radical 3 minus 2 times 5 radical 3 plus 5 times 2 radical 5. And that's 15 radical 2 plus 12 radical 3 minus 10 radical 3 plus 10 square root of 5. Woo, we are flying our way through. So now we got to go and we got to collect up like terms, right? This and this are alike because of these. Yeah. And so final answer should be 15 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 3 plus 10 square root of 5. That's it. Problem. Okay. Problem number 7. Problem number 7. We've got a binomial being squared. First thing you should do so that you don't get messed up in your head is that you should write this out twice, because that's what that square symbol means. This will help remember that there's two of them, and it helps reinforce what it is you're supposed to be doing, which is, of course, real annoying. Real annoying, because what do we have to do? Oh yeah, we got a FOIL. Let's just do this up. So 2 rad 3 times 2 rad 3 is 4 square root of 9. 2 rad 3 times negative 3 radical 2 is negative 6 radical 6. These two multiplied together are negative 6 radical 6. And this is going to be plus 9 square root of 4. Now, instead of rewriting this all out now, I'm just going to help simplify. What's the square root of 9?
3.
Okay, so this is really 3, and that's going to be 4 times 3. These two, the stuff in the middle doesn't really go together. This over here is going to be a 2, so that's like 9 times 2. And so here's what we've got. We got 12 minus 12 radical 6s plus 18. Final answer is just, what is that, 30? 30 minus 12 square root of 6.